Okay. Okay. Hello.
Hello, Facebook family. I am so sorry for the technical difficulties. We're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to Facebook Live. My name is Carrie Fowler, and I am the Executive Director of Parent and Family Services. And we have a very special Facebook Live for you this evening. So we'll go ahead and jump to the next slide. Walker, will you go ahead and advance that slide for me? Awesome. So before we jump in, I just want to kind of welcome everybody and give you some updates. For those of you who may be joining us for the first time, we're Parent and Family Services. We are a program that supports all of the families of our NC State students. And with that, we have a variety of events that we do, but one of our signature events is Spring Fling, and we have just finalized the dates for this. So we are giving this to you as a save the date. So our Spring Fling weekend is going to be February 21st through the 23rd. Some of the highlights are listed here. We're still finalizing that schedule, so check back and visit our website for more information, but tickets for that will go on sale on January 8th. So if you hopefully already get our emails, you'll get more information about that. You can always reach out to our office, but we wanted to go ahead and get those dates on your calendar now for advanced planning. So that's one of the many exciting things we have going on, and we'll go ahead and jump to the next slide. In addition to our signature events, we also have a second year initiative and weekly coffee chats that we wanted to highlight for you all. Right in the comments below, you're going to see some links dropped. So the great thing about Facebook Live is we're going to communicate with you throughout the evening in the comment section. So as our team and our partners are discussing all of their activities and all of their information, we're going to drop links, and that's going to start right now. So our second year initiative is a program that we started a couple of years back to inform all of our second year families, right? You get so much information as a first year family. And then second year, we want you to still continue to feel connected to the university and get that support you need. So that is why we have our second year program. It is a 4-part series. The first one started during Parent and Family Weekend, and our second one is coming up next Thursday, November 7th. So it is a combination. We've got in-person and virtual sessions. You do not have to join all of them. You can attend one, you can attend two, or all four, doesn't matter. So if you are interested in that, click the link in the comments below and we will get a link out to you. And then we also have our weekly coffee chat. So we go live on Zoom every Tuesday and Friday while classes are in session. And this is just a great way for you to hop on, maybe get a question asked, meet our staff, meet our students. Just a good way. It's virtual office hours, essentially. It's a good way to stay connected with us. And so these are just a couple of things we wanted to remind you that we have going on, and we want you to continue to stay connected with us. Walker, go ahead. We'll jump to the next slide. And with that, those are our housekeeping for this evening. And we're really, really excited. So this year, one of our featured sponsors is PNC Bank. It's the official bank of NC State. And with that, they do a lot of financial planning and wellness, not only for our students, but for our families. And we have a really special guest with us this evening who's going to talk about some of the opportunities available to our students and to our families, particularly some of the seniors, but not only seniors, right? Like there's so much that goes into being mindful and having that financial planning and planning for financial wellness early on. And our students are so savvy, much more so than when I was an undergrad, that is for certain. And so we're hoping that you can glean some helpful information to share with your students, but also maybe something that you didn't know. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn that right over to James Rodilla. I hope I said that right. He is our representative from PNC Bank. And again, he's going to give you a ton of information, and we're going to be taking your questions live. So go ahead and drop your questions below in the comments. And then after our session, once our slides are done, then we'll take your questions live and kind of do a live Q&A. So with that, I'm going to toss it right over to Jim. Take it away.
Okay, next slide, Walker. All right, so first off, introductions. My name is Jim Rodilla. I'm the local PNC University banking rep. I've been covering the NC State account for about 7 to 10 years or so. And as Carrie said, we are the official bank of the university. If you've been on campus and walked into Tally, you've seen our branch next to the ID card office. It's a tiny little branch, but we do have people there 5 days a week. We don't have a teller line. but there are employees there to help your student answer questions, debug problems, help them in any way they can, managing their account or managing their money. So a little bit about PNC as the official bank. We're really engaged in Raleigh and at NC State. PNC has a strategy of regional presidents. In every major city, we have a president that takes care of the market. And here in Raleigh, it is a guy named Jim Hansen, who happens to be an NC State alumni, a proud alum. And he also is very engaged with the university. He serves as the chair of the university's visitors board. So Jim's really engaged on campus. And you'll also see us other places on campus. For instance, coming up on November 9th, PNC is the sponsor of the Military Appreciation Football game. So you'll see Jim Hansen on the field and learn a little bit more about some of those things that we do. Tonight, I'm going to talk a little bit about who we are, what we offer, and talk a lot about our financial wellness offerings to your student. But I wanted to cover the basics, like what are the products and services. So Walker, if I get you the next slide, please. All right, first off, if you've seen TV commercials or radio ads or any of that sort of stuff, PNC launched a new ad campaign this year, and our new theme is that we're brilliantly boring. And at first, I think a lot of us were sort of caught off guard, but you know, banking is one of those things that isn't particularly glitzy. You just have to do it right every day. You know, I talk to my friends and colleagues, and it's just like when my lights are on and when my internet works and when my water works and everything is perfect. And we like to think that that's the way we execute at the bank when it comes to, you know, serving the needs of our clients. We just do it, we do it right, and we do it every day, right? So a little boring. PNC offers a lot of convenience to your students, a lot of great products and services, and as mentioned, a lot of financial wellness stuff. So over the next couple slides, I'll be talking about that specifically. Can I see the next slide, please? All right, a little bit about PNC. If you don't know who we are the 6th largest bank in the United States. If you look at the map here, the darker orange states are where we have commercial offices and we take care of commercial clients. But for those of us in the retail world, you know, my line of business, it's the lighter orange states, the 28 of them that are colored lighter orange, where we have 2,300 offices. And we take care of customers in all of those markets. We have roughly 60,000 ATMs in that footprint. 20,000 of those belong to PNC, and the other 40 are with our ATM partner, Allpoint. So if you visit a convenience store or a Walgreens or a CVS and you see an Allpoint's ATM in those stores, you can feel free to use those machines without cost whatsoever. So we're not the biggest bank in the country, but we're one of the big guys, and I think we're one of the best. Next slide, please. So what do we offer your student? Well, first off, we have a terrific checking account for your student, and it's free. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. We have the branch Rate Tally. It's a mini branch, and then if you go over to the Village District Shopping Center, we have a full service business banking center there with drive-ups and everything. We have 3 ATMs around campus, so if your students ever need cash, it's easy to get their hands on some money. We have 2 of them in Tally, 1 indoors, 1 outdoors, and then 1 over in the Hunt Library. And we know that students are sometimes low on cash in their account, so our machines dispense all the way down to $1. So if they need us to take out the last dollar in their account, they can do that at our campus branches. And then we give your students multiple ways to access their money. You know, like when I was growing up, everything was cash, and then, or you wrote a check, but then came online banking and mobile banking and all that stuff. Today, people have their information in their Apple Wallet or Android wallet. At NC State, the Wolfpack One card, the one you see there on the bottom with Mr. Wolf, it does lots of wonderful things. It has the meal plans, it has all campus dollars, copy machines, that sort of thing. But if your student banks with PNC, they can link it to their checking account so it becomes an ATM card. And that allows them to use it at any ATM in the world that uses a 4-digit secret PIN. So if they need to take money out when they're walking around campus, they always have their ID card. And if they need a few dollars, they can stop by the ATM and take it out. And of course, usage of that card is free. The card above it, the one with the bell tower that's all illuminated, that is a traditional Visa debit card. And again, it's tied to the student's account, and you can use it at an ATM, but what makes it full featured is that you can use it online to shop at Amazon or buy airplane tickets, or use it at the grocery store, wherever. So your students will actually have two ways to access their account if they're using a plastic type access device. The Tower card is available to anybody who banks at PNC. So parent, student, fan, whatever. If you want that card, all you have to do is ask for it. There's no charge for the card. And you can show your school pride by presenting that card wherever you shop. Next slide, please. Now, I talked about our free checking account. If you've ever been to our website and looked around, we call our checking accounts virtual wallet something. And we have different versions. The one that your student will receive is called Virtual Wallet Student. And there's no monthly maintenance fee. There's no service charge. Everything is free for 6 years. We want to get them all the way through grad school. If they ever overdraft an account, which is very rare these days, because if you use plastic and there's no funds in your account, it doesn't overdraw it. But if you happen to have an old-fashioned paper check or something like that and happen to overdraft your account, we do waive the fee, call them up, tell them what they did wrong, and have a little teachable moment. If you're an international parent, you're sending your student money from overseas. When that money arrives in the United States and is deposited in their account, we waive the depository fee for those international wires. So if you send a once-a-month allowance. But the interesting thing about our checking account is it's actually 3 accounts in one. And the way that came to be is we went to a research company called IDEO out in California about 12 or 15 years ago. And we said, help us build a better checking account. All of us bankers are kind of boring. Help us differentiate ourselves from the other guys. And IDEO was the company that helped Apple create the first iPod and iPad. And they sent their researchers out and they came back and they said, think about your own wallet. It has a divider in it. On one side, there's money you can spend. Other side, that's money that's reserved for monthly cell phone bill or that sort of thing. There's even a little pocket in the back where you can tuck money away. And so what we have is a account that's bundled together with 3 accounts: spend, reserve, and growth. And they act just like your paper wallet. And students are free to use all 3 of those accounts, or if they just want to keep everything in their main spending checking account, they can do that too. It's there for people like me who separate my money into little buckets and earmark it for my expenses. But that's what virtual wallet is. Next slide, please. Oh, one little thing I forgot to talk about virtual wallet. It's got a really cool feature. There's no icon here on the page, but I call it parent alerts. What these are text messages that the student can send out to anybody they want when things happen in their account. For example, when my daughter was off at college, she set her text alert at the $200 threshold. So when she got down to $200, I got a text, mom got a text, and we knew that Andrea was running low on cash. She didn't have to text me or call me to bug me. The bank had already told me that she was low. That's a free service. It's fully managed. You can set the thresholds or the transaction level yourself, and you don't have to be on the account with your son or daughter. They can just send that text off to you or anyone they like. All right, now I'm ready for the next slide. Now, financial wellness. We really think it's important that students get smart about money. And so we do a lot of things around financial wellness, financial education. The first is we have a website called My Finance Academy. So if you go to pnc.com/NC State, that's where you can learn everything about what we do. But one of the big major icons on that page is My Finance Academy. You click on that, and it takes you out to this self-directed financial wellness site. And there are webcasts. There's a register here, and you can sign up for a webcast to watch a seminar. There's social media content. There's budgeting calculators. If you're already a student of PNC Bank, you get a quarterly newsletter mailed to you. And if you're joint with your student, if you happen to be on the account as well, you can get that as a parent. There's articles, vignettes, videos, all that sort of stuff that they can use that content to get smarter. And I want to draw your attention to the webcast. We do one a month. The next one coming up is November 21st at 7 p.m. And this one is really one of my favorites. You know, they rotate every month, but this one is on credit reports and credit scores. And so we teach you about who the 3 credit bureaus are, how to get your report, how to read it, and all of that. You don't have to be a PNC customer. In fact, you don't even have to be a student. If you want to go to our My Finance Academy website as a parent, you can register too and see what I'm teaching your son. If that time isn't convenient for you, go ahead and register, because after it happens live on the 21st of November, it'll be available for on-demand replay. So you can play it back. The following week is Thanksgiving. So maybe your son or daughter is coming home for Thanksgiving. Maybe you show it to them then, or include one of your high school students with it. But I encourage you to go out to our My Finance Academy. And again, it's totally free to anybody and everybody. We want students to be smart about money. And there's typically one a month. We do take a break sometimes around the holidays, but topics change all the time. Next slide, please. So for PNC, we really have a commitment to the higher education space. And so to show that commitment to our university client partners, we're offering up a $10,000 scholarship to a lucky student, but actually we're giving away 12 of them. So it's not $10,000. In total, it's 120 grand. The way it works is they go to a website and register, and you can scan the QR code here, or you can go to pnc.com/scholarship and enter there. Your student will put in their name, their contact information, all of that. And on December 1st, we will randomly select 6 winners. Those that aren't chosen will automatically be re-entered. And then next June 1st, we're going to pull 6 more. So collectively, we're going to give away $120,000. Again, there's no essay to submit. There's no grade point averages. This is really a sweepstakes. And we just encourage you to do it. When you go there, they'll ask you some questions about financial wellness, and do you want to learn more? And if you want to learn to budget or whatever, there's again, self-directed. There'll be no spamming you with emails or selling your email address. There's no push communications on this, but there's content there to help you and your student get smarter about financial wellness. And it's a good chance to win 10 grand and help pay expenses. Next slide, please. So I've been talking about our campus bank, our ATM machines, the debit card, all that sort of stuff. If your student wants to, do more research and learn about us, they can easily go to pnc.com/NC-State or scan the QR code here, and it'll take you out to our more generic site. But they can learn more there, and if they want to apply, just fill in their name, social security number, and information, and open online. It takes maybe 5 minutes. And again, that account is free for 6 years. Now, I don't have a slide for parents, but because PNC is the official bank of the university and we participate in their parent and family services program, that program that you're a member of has a VIP discount page, a very important parent discount page. And you go out there and there are hotels and restaurants and other service providers that have information about there. If you go there, click on the PNC link, and it will take you to our offers for parents. And those offers change from time to time, but there are incentives to open a checking account or a credit card or whatever. But it's all part of our partnership with the university. And that pretty much kind of tells you who we are, what we offer. But I really encourage you to go to My Finance Academy, learn about our upcoming webcasts. And then my friend Sean, who's coming up next, we actually have additional content, and he manages a whole series of financial wellness events that where we provide some of the content, but other content comes from other subject matter experts. And so Sean will tell you more about that. But that kind of concludes my presentation. I'll turn the show over to you, Sean.
Next slide. One more. It's actually a PNC slide. But yeah, thanks, Jim. I sincerely appreciate all of your efforts. I do thank PNC. They already provide a tremendous amount of resources to students, but they're our sponsor for financial wellness at NC State. So at NCSU, we do our goal is to provide a variety of financial wellness tools and resources to students, knowing that, a freshman might have different needs than a student that's about to graduate. So, so we're basically supplementing what PNC is already doing, but we provide so many different topics. These are all free opportunities for students to learn about basic money mindset opportunities, budgeting, but we dig into some more complex things as far as starting a business. You can learn about cryptocurrencies. A student that's just about to graduate, they could learn, they might want to learn more about buying a home, insurance, things like that. So we're continuously providing these free workshops to students. We highly encourage you as parents to encourage your students to go because, they're getting notified about these opportunities through emails, through Instagram, and things like that. But they might not know that they need to know. I have a daughter that goes to NC State that the things that we're teaching for free, these are some great things that they really should do. But that's just an example. We'll provide cooking workshops, for example, how to cook on a budget where they could come learn, see chefs using cheap ingredients and making something cool, and they might walk out with a crock pot to win. So we are encouraging them to go to things like that. So other opportunities, there's a variety of free resources at NC State that we're continuously trying to inform students about. We have an annual free sources fair where we give out swag, encourage them to come and learn about these free resources. Feed the Pack is a food pantry for our students that might have some food insecurities. Career Development Center, you might be going for an interview, you don't have the suit. You can actually get one there, you can rent it, or not rent it, you get it for free, just bring it back. And NC State does offer a variety of some really good, free things like, legal services, get your taxes done for free. Those are just a few examples. Business 225, it's an elective. I strongly encourage if a student needs to take an elective. It's a great class. Again, my daughter took that class. She gained valuable life skills after taking it. But students can learn about strategies to accumulate, manage, and protect personal assets. A lot of the topics that Jim stated are covered in this class. So you get the whole gamut by taking a class and you get 3 credits for it. And we're doing 2 different things. We're relying on students to come to us, but we're also trying to be more proactive and actually reaching out to students, maybe bringing our presentations to them. I just provided a couple of examples. Honors villages, fraternity sororities, like trio programs. We learned that it's good to do both, have the students come to us, but also go to them. That's our website on the bottom. Go to ncsu.edu/financial literacy. There is a direct link to PNC, My Finance Academy, and we also have a lot of great tools on that site too. It is getting updated November 1st. It's going to have a lot more updates as far as the upcoming webinars. But I encourage students to go to that site to stay on top of the things that not only PNC is providing, but what NC State is also. Next slide. A quick example, we have 2 in-person sessions coming up next Tuesday, and these continue to roll out. I just wanted to give an example. So students can get it's a really cool canvas bucket bag, also get a free ice cream voucher by attending these. But it's really good information. So if a student has some free time, if they're in Tally, they can go to a budgeting basics class where you learn about how to build a comprehensive budget strategy and adhering to it. And also they can stick around or just go to the next one, which is an in-person presentation on debt management strategies. It's also going to include a lot of complicated financial aid loan repayment options. So those are just 2 examples, and we continuously have these. Again, just making sure your students are aware of these and encouraging them to go is pretty helpful. So next slide. One of the things, so I know PNC has some great tools. Again, what Jim was saying, we try to subsidize some of the things that they're doing. We have a free financial wellness platform. It's called LIT. It's on our website. Again, the go.ncsu.edu/getlit link. It will be live on November 1st. We're actually they just upgraded that site, and it's in a really good format. Really short 5-minute videos on all kinds of different topics. Great information. Your students could sign up for that. They just have to have an ncsu.edu address, and they'll have it for life. So if they sign up for it, I encourage parents, if you either have an ncsu.edu email address, so you can sign up for it yourself, but I encourage you to look at it. I've learned things from it. I'm a CPA, and a lot of the stuff that's out there, I learned some good information. But really good 5-minute videos on all kinds of things, from money mindset, cash flow, credit, loans, income taxes, insurance, and investing. The modules are really good. There might be 11 5-minute videos, but students could really learn a lot from sitting down and doing that. And we're going to be encouraging students, like offering lotteries to win certain things along the way. And so not only are they going to be able to get maybe certificates and things like that, but they also have the opportunity to learn, and also they might get some free swag items along the way. But like PNC, we continue to give up live workshops, virtual in addition to in person. The LIT upcoming workshops are shown to the left, and again, like every couple of weeks, we're trying to introduce free financial wellness sessions and opportunities for students. Again, the more that they take advantage of this, the more they're going to learn, and they'll help out with their lives going forward. So that's it for that. I do want to again thank PNC Bank for sponsoring all of our efforts here, and I encourage parents to make sure your students actually read the emails that are getting sent out, and they don't have to go to all of these sessions, but if they go to 1 or 2 throughout each term, I think they're really going to learn a lot from it. So next slide. And that's it for me.
Thank you, Sean. Thanks, Jim. This is such valuable information, and I can't thank you both enough. I think NC State does an incredible job of providing resources for students at all stages of their undergraduate and graduate career to be able to plan ahead, and that's just so critical for all of us. With that, it's time for us to go to some questions. Monica, do we have any questions that have come in? Or Walker, who's
Yeah.
pitching tonight?
We have a few questions tonight.
Awesome.
So the first one we have is, where can I find an ATM on campus?
Well, we have 3 of them. There's 2 in the Tally Student Center, one right where our branch is, and then another one outside in between Tally and Carmichael. That outdoor machine is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The other one's in the Hunt Library. To find any of ours, the easy way is Google, ATM near me, or you can go to pnc.com locator and find an ATM. But those are the easy ways.
All right. Our second question is, can families of international students transfer money into their account, and if so, how often?
I think I covered that in the presentation, but they can transfer as often as they like, but what our systems are set up, they allow 1 free incoming international wire per month. So if mom and dad is in France or Germany or India, the first wire transfer is free. After that, there is a $15 depository fee. And so I always teach kids, like, if mom and dad are sending you money every other week, ask them to, hold off and do it once a month so they can save money. Within the United States, if anybody's transferring money from a domestic mom and dad to an American student, I recommend you use Zelle or any of those personal transfer services. Those can be done as often as you like, and there's no fee for them. So if your student's short on money and mom and dad bank somewhere else, Wells Fargo, whatever, just use your mobile app and send them the money they need. When you hit the go button, it's there instantaneously, and there's no fee for the service.
All right, and then this will be our last question of the night. Can students use their cards internationally?
Yes, they can. I mean, the debit card is a Visa debit card. It's accepted around the world. So if you happen to be on vacation in England or Europe or Asia or whatever, just visit a bank there, make purchases there, and it works just like any other debit card. Yeah. And even the one card, it's an ATM card, so it would actually work. It goes through the ATM network, not the Visa network. But yes, the cards are available to use anywhere. The other country might charge a fee for using the machine. Like I can't control if the Bank of England is going to charge a couple of pounds to take out money, but it will certainly work. If they need cash, it absolutely works fine.
That's great. And I will completely just say that I didn't realize that you could pretty much map pin ATMs. That's super cool. So I have now learned something too. I think that is fantastic. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Walker, will you go ahead and jump to the next slide? So first and foremost, I want to thank both Sean and James for your time this evening. I think all of this information is so valuable, not only to our families, but to our students. And thank you. And Jim will be back with us in the spring. So we're going to make sure that we continue to give you all of the information that you need for your students to continue to plan and have that financial wellness piece and to be able to have access to all of the information and updates that you need and those scholarships too, which is fantastic. A couple of reminders for those of you, for your students. So right now, hopefully you already know, but it is Red and White Week, which is our homecoming week. So there's a lot going on our campus. So we encourage you to check in with your students, see what they're taking advantage of. Hopefully they're celebrating. And there are some activities as well that you can tune in for. So head on over to Red and White, I believe it's redandwhiteweek.ncsu.edu, but we'll drop that link in the comments below so you can see the full schedule. Course registration for spring begins November 7th. Of course, Thanksgiving break is right around the corner. We did send our conversation calendar today for November, and there's a lot of great talking points, particularly around Thanksgiving break. Our last day of classes is December 3rd, but that's not final exam. So just a heads up on that. So that is the last day of official classes for the semester. December 4th is going to be a reading day. So that is essentially a study day, and then exams begin. And then fall commencement is December 14th at the Lenovo Center at 9 a.m. So these are some just helpful reminders to you all who are watching for those dates. And then Walker will go ahead and jump to the next slide, which is just our contact information. If you need anything, please reach out to us. That's why we're here. We are here to support you and continue to bring you all the information that you need, whether it is about financial wellness or helpful conversation starters. The great thing about our Facebook Lives is that everything that you have seen tonight, or maybe you tuned in late or you had to leave early, it lives right on our Facebook page. So you can come back, you can save this video, you can rewatch it, you can stop, pause it as you'd like. So this isn't going anywhere. It's going to be right here on our Facebook page. If you have any follow-up questions, please either DM us on Facebook, drop it right in the chat. You can ask a question right there and we will follow up, or email us. Our helpline is available to you. You can call us, email us, whatever you would need. We're here to make sure that you get all of the support. So with that being said, thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you again to Jim and to Sean and to all of those behind the scene, because our Facebook Lives take a village and there are quite a few individuals behind the scene making this happen. So thank you, everyone. We hope that you are enjoying Red and White Week, and we hope that you have a wonderful remainder of your week and a safe and happy Halloween if you celebrate as well. So with that, go Wolfpack.